First and foremost, giving all glory, honor, and praise to Yahweh Ba'Hasham, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Hasham Racha Kodash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who teach and rule well, who taught us this truth. Shalom to the elect, the 144,000 first and foremost. All right, pushing this truth in all sincerity in the four quarters of the earth. The Lord willing will be of that number. Hey, I'm your brother Sabah Yakona coming at you with a in transit and Lord willing it's edifying. All right, you seeing little upticks toward scriptures speak about the famine of the word. There will not be a famine of bread, but a famine of this truth being pushed out on the highways and the hedges for free, by the way. Not for filthy lucre, as we see with certain groups out here, particularly those guys in the purple. You got the guys, Sakari went to Genesis, and now they just basically Christian pastors now. The Lord took the name out of their mouth. That's a scary thing to see right there. We had a member of our own guy fell out and was around for years. And brother prophesied about this or spoke on it in camp. How scary that is to see it, men with 10, 15 years and they drop out. And it's like, hey, the Lord can do what he wants to do, man. This is why humility is a huge thing. But to get back to the point at hand, the famine of the word, you see James Comey, he's got this thing with, we call him Nero 47. We believe he is Emperor Nero coming back in the reincarnation. Reincarnation is a biblical fact. DJT, but you saw James Comey, he's being indicted on some kind of charges for, his seashell arrangement on the beach. It read 8647, which 86 means to basically cancel or get rid of. And we know that the 47th is why we call him Nero 47. 47 is DJT. So, then just the small hatters, they're pushing a lot of weird talk about being hassled and ostracized, but it's a bed of their own making, man. But anyways, they're Edomites anyways, man. So everybody's starting to realize that these people are not the people. And Esau is coming down with great wrath, as is said in the book of Revelation, the 12th chapter, the 12th verse, man, because he has to push his NWO, man, his digital prison, digital world, whatever you want to call it. He's trying to push that he's trying to turn it into something, man. He's trying to make it happen. And so there's certain things that this place has to have happen. You got to have a lot of chaos so that they can bring their order. They got the order out of chaos, the order out of KO. That their secret societies like to push. You see a lot of, I know them all over the place, but just there's points within points. As the Elder Pastor says, lessons within lessons. But we got wildfires down here, which I'm from Atlanta, I've never even heard of any kind of such thing being in the state of Georgia. But now all of a sudden thousands and thousands of acres and hundreds of homes are being destroyed down in South Georgia, and you just you can feel the wheels of this place turning, man, on a massive scale. And if you don't have eyes to see, you won't be able to see that it's the powers that be that are working right now, the powers that be that are churning and turning the wheels, pushing that chaos into the world so that they can bring their NWO, their digital world, into fruition, man. All right. It's always been hidden in plain sight. You had the Jetsons, and all kinds of other things in the media and the movies. How the future's gonna look. This is evolution. Robots, and scooters, and hoverboards, and all that type of shit. And the Lord has He has His own order, His own world to come, man, as is written in 2 Ezra 6:9. Esau is the end of the world. Salakia, that's Satan. Esau is the end of the world. Esau, you so-called white people. Job 9:24, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. All right. Who's that? Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, starting with his elite bankers. All right. And he's just using all of these people, even some of our own people, to make that happen. Anybody that's tied in with this devil, that's hand in hand with this devil, I don't care how low level you are, Masons, Greek fraternities, sororities, which are just low-level Masons, actors, Hollywood actors. They all hands are on deck for this devil, man. And we're gonna see soon that the Bible is gonna be, or the truth is gonna be 86th. It's gonna be canceled out of this society, man. I believe even Canada is pushing some kind of mandate on that. A certain the elder Kabash had put in the chat that Canada, I think by way of another brother, if I'm not, Arrow of Indignation, subscribe and be edified. Canada is pushing that mandate of you can't talk about the Bible in public or something like that. So, hey man, it's getting wild. Oh, also, you got Trump. What'd he say? He's gonna start reading the Bible. Of course, it's gonna be an AI version. So that's just, that's them trying to take over, the scriptures, which that'll never happen. And also, there's a punishment for if you ain't got it right. If you adding and taking away from the word. All right. So you're gonna be judged for that. So it's a lot of things going on, man. Famine of the word. What was I signing? What was it? Oh yeah. Another thing, King Charles III came, and he, sitting there talking about how we have this place has these Christian values, and you can hear it all in their talking points, man, when they speak. So I advise brothers to, whenever they get a chance to hear these press briefings, because they tell you what's about to happen, or tell you what's on their mind. Oh yeah, what's that? Levitt, the press secretary, blonde-haired chick. As she started talking about the stage shooting. She starts using all these words, crazy, the other side. The scriptures speak about the two horns like a lamb. All right, but that's in the book of Revelation, man, and that's speaking about the left and the right separation of government in this new revived Roman Empire, man. Rome 2.0, which is America, Babylon the Great, and also the whole beast system is pretty much Rome as well. It's global, but yeah. So you have back in ancient Rome, you had the plebeians and the patricians. Now you have the Democrats and the Republicans. I believe in England, they got their left and right two horns as well, man. But they call it checks and balances. But we know that it's always they use these opposite sides of the spectrum to push forth. They all play on the same. It's all on the same lamb, so to speak, or goat, if you will, in this place. All right, they're all moving to one goal, man, and that's that NWO. Okay, so it's a lot of stuff going on, man. A lot of plays being played. Shit, as the scriptures say, the time is being sped up. If the days were not shortened, there would be no flesh to be saved. That's how many plagues are about to hit this earth, man. Of course, the Lord is working through this devil to push forth these plagues. And then there's just naturally occurring plagues. You got earthquakes. You got, I think I saw a volcano erupting down there in Central America. People running off getting too close to, that thing started erupting while they were up there. You got earthquakes, Japan, in California. Big earthquakes too. The weather patterns are just all jacked up. It's just, now the money's getting all funny as far as the gas, and yes, sir, we are in those times, man. We are in those times, and we're going to be faithfully watching, as the scripture commands us to do. But that soon, and I'll grab it, and I'll, since that I'm stopped. All right. This is Amos 8:11. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, power, Yahweh, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, which these things are going to happen too. The plagues, they're going to hit to where inflation going to get so high, it's going to be hyperinflation. Wheat for wheat for a penny, something like that. It's roughly paraphrasing the book of Revelation. But these things are going to hit too. But it says, but of hearing the words of the Most High, and they shall wander from sea to sea, and from north even to the east. They shall run to and fro to seek the word of the Lord, and shall not find it. In that day shall the fair virgins and young men faint for thirst. Yeah, people going to try to get some understanding of what's going on. They're not going to be able to find it, because the Lord's going to hide his men in that day, man. As it's written, my servants shall eat. All right, and they shall not be plucked out of the Lord's hand, man. So, Lord willing, that was edifying. Giving all glory, honor, and praise to Yahweh. Hashem Yahweh Shai, Hashem Chakodash, double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and shalom to the elect. Shalom.